As Meghan Markle staggers incoherently towards the uncharted rocky terrain of 2026, what is she planning for the new year? God only knows. Does she even know? But the breaking news is that it is being reported that tension is rising between Her Montecito Majesty and Harry as he edges ever closer to taking their children Archie and Lilibet to Britain to get to know King Charles, the distant grandfather they have barely met. The Prince is optimistic that a London security review will soon grant him the armed police protection he demands in order to keep his family safe. Sadly, Meghan is less than thrilled at the prospect of returning to a country she deeply dislikes, unless the price is right. Despite her obvious loathing of Britain and all the racists she seems to believe live there, Ms. Markle will apparently agree to cross the Atlantic if she's offered a money-spinning deal. I mean, by whom? What for? But will she? Won't she? Oh, Meghan, we're all on the edge of our seats. We simply can wait. Meanwhile, back in the States, Ms. Markle's frenetic life continues to make no sense. As always with the difficult Duchess, she appears to be doing an awful lot, and yet nothing much at all. Being in a film, producing a film, starring in one of the most tedious shows in TV history as ever, turning into a never, a potential deal with the tacky Kardashians, posting the back of her kids' heads on Instagram, strategic appearances with Ginger Harry, the royal spare she married, all driven by the consuming ambition that constantly fuels her dervish-like whirlwind of frantic, empty activity. In other words, stand by for another 12 months of busy nothingness. But right now, amid her worst ever crisis, what on earth is going on? What the hell did this weird woman think she was playing at, effectively sending her ailing father, Thomas Markle, a legal letter warning him about his relationship with the media as he languished in a Philippines hospital fighting for his life. She put so much inordinate effort into carefully polishing the image of her pretend perfect shiny life with her dim husband in sunny California, drones on in her tortuously dull Netflix bore fest with Love Meghan about the importance of family, and then, after a critically sick dad's emergency blood clot and leg amputation surgery, she doesn't even call him. Instead, she fires off the mean missive from hell, informing her desperately ill father that because he talks to the press, she won't talk to him again. Meghan's first message since cutting him off for the non-crime of posing for paparazzi pictures 7 years ago left the distraught Mr. Markle shattered and devastated. Even her most devoted fans, the sickeningly sycophantic so-called Sussex squad, were dismayed by the arctic nature of the Duchess's icy reaction. Because she's so hopeless at publicity, she doesn't realise the damage she's done to herself. But mark my words, her ladyship's breathtakingly bad behaviour will be the disastrous dark cloud that haunts her for the rest of her days. And through it all, she carries on working hard at looking like she's working hard. She's playing herself in some Amazon drama with a sub-C-list cast called Close Personal Friends. No one knows why. Is it just to earn some much-needed dough? You decide. And remember Meghan and Harry buying the rights to the best-selling novel Meet Me at the Lake? More to the point, do they remember? I only ask because although the dismal duo didn't even get that into development, they've just apparently sealed a deal to produce a new movie based on another book. This one's called The Wedding Date, the story of a political strategist whose lost faith in romance is rekindled by an unexpected encounter. Sounds almost as gripping as Meet Me at the Lake, the story of romance rekindled by an unexpected encounter. Do you see a pattern building up here? Just as the Sussex's unproductive company Archwell Productions didn't make the film of Meet Me at the Lake, are they all set to not make the film of The Wedding Date? Netflix are in the frame again, but will the streaming giant's long-suffering bosses even get what they're being offered? Not on past experience. But who knows? Will Meghan's strange online store, as ever, still be here this time next year, selling mundane domestic products for astronomical prices? How does $28 for a pot of honey sound? Hard to digest. A candle, yours for just $64. No thanks. Pointless dried flowers to sprinkle endlessly on almost everything for $15. Anyone? Me neither. And even if you decide to shell out cash for trash, misfiring marketeer Meg is out of stock with monotonous regularity. Surely this ongoing shambles cannot last. In other news, in a last-ditch bid to save as ever, Ms. Markle is said to be holding make-or-break talks with top influencer Khloe Jenner. Meanwhile, Harry is, we're told, considering an unlikely partnership with Kim Kardashian to help flog her underwear brand Skims. The mind boggles. And strange but true, Kris Jenner wants to write Meghan and Harry into an upcoming episode of The Kardashians. A sad end to the petulant prince's American dream, lost in the murky world of reality TV. How the high and mighty fall. Isn't that special? So this is a kind of review of Harry and Meghan's year. Let's go back to March when Netflix first launched, this is a warning, you have been warned, with Love Meghan. Welcome to my beautiful home. What do you mean it's not my fucking home? Every morning I pick beautiful flowers from my beautiful garden and I feed them to my beautiful children. So what if you haven't got a fucking garden? I haven't really got any children. I hate fucking bees. Get me out of this bee suit now. I've always loved taking something pretty ordinary and elevating it. You know, like my husband. It's so funny that people keep calling me Meghan Markle because it's Meghan Sussex now. It's Meghan fucking Sussex. Meghan fucking Sussex. Meghan fucking Sussex. You say what you like about Meghan, but she's a damn fine-looking woman.
I like it when she's angry like that.
She really is.
You really are paid far too much money, aren't you?
Yeah. things I do. It's lucky I don't take myself too seriously, and I'll tell you why, because nobody else does. But seriously, that was when they launched with Love Meghan. Obviously, that was a spoof, but With Love Meghan turned out to be one of the TV disasters of the year. So boring. And we're just right now enduring the Christmas special, the holiday special, and that is the worst of the lot. But it was also the year of Meghan's podcasts. And this was, what was it called? Confessions of a Female Founder. So she got together with all these female tycoons, these women who have created very successful businesses, offering, of course, a stark contrast to her with As Ever. I got a feeling that in April it was still called, what was it called originally? The thing about orchards, Riviera Orchard, American Riviera Orchard. Yeah. She had to change that name for copyright reasons to As Ever. But anyway, in this podcast series, horrible, boring, axed after one series, obviously, one of her guests was someone called Jamie Kern Lima.
So beautiful. Oh, I don't know. I wasn't expecting that one. Yeah, they're just it's just so great. This is why it's so nice to not have makeup on. Thank you. We spend so much of our life trying to prove something. To prove that you're enough. You have to prove that you're pretty enough. You have to prove that you're smart enough. You prove that you're a good wife or a good friend. And I was like, I am just so done with the prove it game. And if you can't see it, I don't need to prove to you why that's your loss. Because I know that I'm a great friend. And I know the kind of mom I am, and I know the kind of human being I am, and I know how I show up. And I love being able to be that person with the people that I love. So, worthiness, maybe part of worthiness comes when you stop having to feel like you're in the prove it game.
you know, she started off her career with all A-listers. Now you've never heard of anyone who's on her show or she goes on there. They're all getting lower and lower quality celebrities, aren't they?
So boring, that.
Yeah.
So everything she does is boring. She has no idea how to
She's no
entertain.
self-awareness. That's the big problem. She's absolutely no idea
I'm
about
a
how
great
terrible she is.
person. I know how fantastic I am.
You know, like if
No,
Jacob
you're not,
Marley,
love.
do you like from the Christmas Carol? Jacob Marley, change your ways. She'd start lecturing him about how she's
Very
perfect.
Christmassy.
See, I'm trying to get in the spirit. I'm wearing the hat. What more do you want from me?
Can we get lots of Christmas Carol references in, please? And I like one of the boasts. I know I'm a special person. I know I'm a great friend. I know I show up. So she thinks it's a real asset that she actually arrives. She shows up. Yeah. Great.
No one's thrilled about that.
Let's move on to Harry. Now, we were just talking about his ongoing battle to get armed police protection when he returns to Britain, gun guards. Now, I should put this into context. He got that taken away from him when he stopped being a frontline royal, when he ran away from his royal duties to go and live in California. Frontline royals, not all of them actually, the King, William, Kate, they all get armed police protection. I've got a feeling Princess Anne might get it as well. But anyway, Harry used to get it, but when he gave up, when he reneged on his duties and went to smoke dope in California, they took it away from him. And he's been battling, spending millions of dollars ever since in the courts over here trying to get that gun protection he so much desires. Now, he lost. He lost. And then he appealed, and he lost again. And after he lost the second time, he kind of lost it. I mean, I said lost a lot then, didn't I? He lost his temper, I think. And he gave an interview to the BBC. I mean, petulant doesn't even begin to describe it. Have a look.
Shortly after hearing the court's legal judgment, a devastated Prince Harry sat down for what was an emotional and candid interview. I started by asking him how he was feeling.
I'm shocked by the decision. Everyone said I was going to win. And I always win. I'm always right. I'm never going to bring my wife back to Britain now, and it's your fault. And she's gutted because she wanted to flog her jam on QVC.
Do you want the court battle to continue?
I don't want any more court battles. I can't afford them. I've run out of money. My wife keeps spending it all on edible flowers. If I don't write another book soon, I'll end up like Fergie.
So what's your feelings kind of moving forward? Is there any way that this could be resolved?
I'd love to reconcile with my family, but they all hate me. Don't know why. All I did was call them a bunch of racists. Daddy won't speak to me anymore, and he won't even try Meghan's jam. I mean, it's not my fault. None of this is my fault. It's everyone else's fault. Why do they blame me? That was in April, but he really did sit down with the BBC. And among other things, if you remember, he said that his dad, King Charles, was colluding in dark and smoky rooms in the government buildings back here with shady, high-ranking members of the establishment to have him killed. That his father was in a conspiracy with high-ranking government officials to have Harry killed. That was among the many mad things that he said. Unbelievable. Let's move forward to June. And this was the twerking video. A lot of discussion about whether or not that's a real baby bump. Did they film this after she'd given birth? But there she is, twerking away.
That's not you again, is it?
I was literally just about to say the same thing.
And I'm a much better dancer than that.
Yeah, I know, you can twerk.
I think Harry comes into this in a minute. So there she is, allegedly about to give birth.
That's not real, look at that. That's just...
Yes, here he comes. Hey, Harry.
Looks like Big Daddy, the real old British wrestler.
Keeping it real, keeping it real.
Yeah, man.
What a couple of dudes, eh? Yeah, amazing.
Yeah, man. Keeping it real.
There's a better version than that. Take a look.
When the song come on, let me see you get down. Baby mama, this song been pregnant for way too long. Now tell the DJ turn it up.
This is like looking back on my year.
That looked like a real pregnancy, though, actually.
Yeah, see, my baby bump
Yeah.
there, for it was me. I'm just letting you in on a secret there. Looks more realistic than hers. I mean, there seriously was a lot of talk that baby bump was put in there, a push cushion or pillow, put in there just for that twerking film. Yeah. And of course, it added to those conspiracy theories that, in fact, they don't have any children. Of course, regular viewers know that it is what just happens, official policy, that Harry and Meghan don't actually have children, that they've made it all up. Archie and Lilibet, well, you don't even see the back of their heads. If you've got kids, prove it. And I don't mean the back of ginger heads. Let's move on. This is still let's move on. Yeah, this is moving on to October. And this is when Meghan spoke to Fortune magazine.
My husband and I were in an overall deal with Netflix, and then not dissimilar to Higher Ground and the Obamas deal. Once that had come to its term, the extension of it, which was such an incredible sign of the strength of our partnership, was now being in a first look deal, which is also exciting because it gives us flexibility to go to our partners first, and then at the same time to be able to shop content that might not be the right fit for Netflix, but has a home somewhere else. So I think my intention would be to have really bespoke, small retail collaborations, do some interesting ones as well in global territories. And then, of course, as you think about scaling, you know, it's a brand that's accessible, but it still has a quality that feels as though it's masstige. And so when we think about larger retailers, I think in the next couple of years, that would make sense.
Translation, Netflix have cancelled her contract. What's mastige? What's that?
There
What
was
is
a lot of
mastige?
words. A lot of words and not a lot of meaning. I love how she said it just makes sense. I'm glad she thinks something makes sense that comes out of her mouth, because that was nonsense.
It's no one's ever heard of the stuff she's in now. But it's like, when we get a low audience, I go, well, no, that's a good thing. It means it's more exclusive.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
And she said, oh, look at that, as ever, everything's so accessible. $28 for a pot of honey? Honey, that's not accessible. Honey. So the wine, she's got a range of rosé. She's got other wines as well. I think she's got some white wine as well. But the rosé, you can only buy it in 3-bottle lots, as it were. So you have to buy 3 bottles. And that's like $110.
$20 postage, isn't it, and stuff?
Yeah, but I think if you buy 12 bottles, she lets you off the postage.
Right, you get some flour sprinkles.
Yeah. So the flour sprinkles are $15.
Oh,
50 what?
now that's good value.
For flowers.
Yeah. Bad flowers.
She's the only celebrity to have not made money out of alcohol. Like, everybody seems to make millions out of it. This woman seems to lose money on it.
You know, Dolly Parton, I think her rosé is like $7.
Yeah.
That's how to sell rosé, Meghan. $110, that's how not to sell it. Let's go to a bad ad.
It's the perfect party game for Christmas. See how much fun you can have with the special bumper Christmas Radio Times.
How about a nice pair of earrings?
I think it's gone to my head.
It's a cracker.
I know it's bigger and better, but this is ridiculous.
It's definitely everybody's Christmas #1.
It's the only way you can find what everyone's up to.
It's unbeatable. It's so big and so much fun, I cannot keep my hands off it.
It's absolutely bursting with fun and laughter. Hours of fun for all the family.
Radio Times. Christmas just isn't the same without it.
That's the ghost of BBC Christmas Past, isn't it? A load of old, if you're watching in the States or Australia, that's a load of, long gone BBC stars advertising the BBC's listing magazine for all the TV shows at Christmas that you no longer get to see. There you go. A blast from the past.
Well, that was one of the only blasts from the past the BBC can show anymore, because some of the people have been arrested since.
But a little footnote for that, people in Britain will understand this. Jimmy Savile was in that advert as well. Funny enough, he's been edited out. Can't think why. Let's go to a real break. What just happened? It was this extraordinary confrontation, this clash in the Oval Office at the White House between Donald Trump and Volodymyr Zelensky, the Ukrainian leader. Also, I think J.D. Vance was in there. Well, you will remember this. Now, we're going to play you a lengthy clip now for 3-4 minutes, and I think you'll understand why. It's extraordinary viewing. Watch this.
Your country is in big trouble.
I know.
You're not winning. You're not winning this. You have a damn good chance of coming out okay because of us.
Mr. President, we are staying in our country, staying strong from the very beginning of the war. We've been alone, and we are thankful. I said thanks
you haven't
in
been
this
alone.
cabinet,
you
and
haven't
not
been
only
alone.
in this cabinet.
We gave you, through this stupid president, $350 billion.
You voted
we gave
for
you
your
military equipment, and your men are brave, but they had to use our military.
What about
if you didn't have our military equipment,
if
you didn't have our military equipment, this war would have been over in 2 weeks.
In 3 days, I heard it from Putin. In 3 days. This is something
maybe
new.
less.
In 2 weeks, of course, yes.
It's going to be a very hard thing to do business like this. I tell you.
Just say thank you.
I said a lot of times
that there are disagreements, and let's go litigate those disagreements rather than trying to fight it out in the American media when you're wrong.
What I like about him is transparency. He takes transparency in government to a whole new level. That is the sort of thing that would always happen behind closed doors. Yeah. Trump puts it on television, and those who want to criticize him, that is a great thing. We're going to show the people how these things happen. It was extraordinarily remarkable.
It really was, because we were actually on air when this happened. We were on the political asylum, and like we did, as we usually do, we threw the running order out the room.
Yeah. For political asylum on Talk right here in Britain, 7 to 10, 5 days a week, Monday to Friday. Don't ever miss it. You were saying?
Yes, and no, it was an extraordinary bit of television, but like you say, it was on TV for one reason: to scare Europe half to death. Because if you remember, not long out before it, you had the Munich speech where J.D. Vance basically said to Europe, get your world in order. And there was all of these things were all linked together as a kind of America shaking off Europe and just showing to the world, this is a different order now. And it was an extraordinary moment that will go down in world history. Yeah. There are some of it were right, some of it were wrong, because let's not forget, we found out that Trump threw Zelensky out of the White House after
chucked him out.
Chucked him out. And, it just at that moment, people just didn't know what was going to happen. And that's always been like Trumpism 101. Keep everybody guessing and then nobody really makes a move. But I have to admit, that was just... My inner nerd has never been happier. Yeah.
But it's like the transparency, like you said, Kevin. And also, he's the only politician who's done what he said he was going to do in his manifesto. And we saw again... him being transparent when Starmer was in, and Starmer lying through his teeth saying, we've always been very proud of our history of free speech.
Yeah, apart from the fact you're chucking people in jail for tweets. We're so proud of our long tradition of freedom of speech.
Yeah. And anyone who disagrees will put you in prison.
Yeah, exactly right.
Trump's also put some of the cabinet meetings as well. He's put them on TV, which would normally happen very firmly behind closed doors. They do turn into a little bit of a kind of cult-like worship thing, but that's just Trumpism 101. But it's really great to see, I think, because it really holds people accountable, because you get to see what they actually think and how they actually behave. Because obviously over here, everything is done behind a closed door, and you wonder why nobody trusts each other and everything's falling apart.
And it's honest, isn't it? That's the thing. They don't like it.
It's a radical honesty.
But there was a lot of the Liberals and the lefties, particularly over this side of the Atlantic, got all het up. It was so terrible, so rude, the way they treated poor President Zelensky. Because, of course, on this side of the Atlantic, we've deified Ukraine, deified Zelensky. These are sacred entities as far as we can give them all our money. Oh, we're going to help Ukraine and all that. So they go, it was terrible. It's like, I'm thinking, he's President, Zelensky. Zelensky is a grown adult.
Not fully grown, is it?
Who actually has been an impressive leader of a country in its darkest hour, invaded by Russia, and people in Britain are going, it's so rude. I think he could take that. He's old enough and ugly enough to take a little bit of direct speaking, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because I remember Zelensky afterwards put out a few veiled tweets having a go at the President Trump, and he's a grown man, and like you said, he's the president of a war-torn nation. caught in the middle of World War III, potentially. So I actually think he's doing a pretty good job, if you ask me.
But Kev's right. You say, they don't want to look rude. That's all they care about, what they look like. It's like we'll let anyone to come in the country on a boat because it'd be rude to refuse them. So have a 4-star hotel.
And they also had a go at him about his clothes, didn't they? Because he doesn't wear suits. So the next time he turned up to the White House, and you're right. Following that meeting, the meeting didn't get to the end. Trump had him thrown out of the White House. As I say, this is a drama unfolding before our very eyes. And while idiots in this country go, it's rude, it was so discourteous, poor Zelensky, they neglect to remember that in this country, in Britain, all we do, our first recourse is to secrecy. We keep everything secret from the people. And Donald Trump, his first idea is put it on telly. And that was the most sort of breathtaking television I've ever seen.
I don't think there's a politician around right now who understands media like Donald Trump, who really understands the power of it, how to position himself, how to structure everything. It is done purely for television.
He checks all the media every week through a monitoring agency where he's mentioned and has a look worldwide. He has a look at it. He's obsessed with it.
But putting things on television, I mean, you said that was put on television to sound the alarm bells to Europe. Yes, it was partly. But it was also on television because in Trump land, everything's on television. Everything's
He came back with a terrible suit as well. He was better off in the body.
Well, it was a sort of like a teenage suit, wasn't it?
Nylon.
It was like a black safari suit or something. Enough of Zelensky's suit, and on to the small moment of the year. Kind of weird. It works. Small moment of the week is good, but small moment of the year, I don't know. But we're going to make it work, folks. And our small moment's very late entry. Good one, though. There is a film coming out about Melania, the First Lady, Donald Trump's wife. So check this out.
Here we go again.
You can come in. Come on in. My proudest legacy will be that of peacemaker.
Peacemaker under the fire. Beautiful. Together with like-minded leaders, we have a voice. Is it safe?
It is safe.
Everyone wants to know. So here it is. Hi, Mr. President. Congratulations.
Did you watch it?
I did not. Yeah, I will see it on the news.
I love that. Did you watch it? No, I did not. I'll watch it later. I'm mesmerised by Melania.
She's interesting.
And she's a very stylish woman. Very stylish woman. Awesome. Women, absolutely.
She's the power behind the man as well, isn't she?
Women love her. My wife is obsessed by Melania.
Yeah, but I will say that I think she was treated abhorrently by the kind of liberal press in the first term. I mean, she was the only first lady to never get the cover of Vogue while the president was in office. I thought that was
she's the most beautiful
and she's
one.
the actual model.
Well, she's more than beautiful. Yeah. She is a stunning-looking woman.
Yeah.
But the reason she should have been on the front page of Vogue is she's incredibly stylish. You know, her fashion sense is immaculate.
And a powerful figure, the way she speaks. She's honest, you can tell. She's, like Trump, she says what she thinks.
She also have to remember, I think she speaks like 7 languages. She's actually quite an intelligent woman, and she's treated like some kind of like trophy wife. It's like they're complete all the way around.
He's the trophy husband.
Trump's,
Trump speaks 7 languages as well, all of them English. We hear that it's shall we say, a marriage with issues. You often hear that she gets a bit fed up with him. I mean, as I say, I'm a fan of Donald Trump. I think all journalists should be fans of Donald Trump. Very charismatic guy, funny guy. But I can imagine being his wife. Might have his moments.
Just a bit, but the relationship between the president and his wife has always been a big factor in American politics. If you look at the role Jackie Kennedy played in basically keeping the Democrats going after JFK died, and you know, there's when Nancy and Reagan. And Ronald Reagan, that's a strong relationship there. There's seminal parts of American culture, and it's interesting to see Melania and Trump kind of be the complete, not the interlocking couple, but the warring parties, but they still make it work.
And the kids seem well adjusted. You know, what's his name? Thor Trump, the very tall son. What's his name? Roman or something.
Yeah, he's about like 93'6".
But he was he had a go, didn't he, at Biden at the? He said, I don't know what he said to him, but he sort of had a little go.
It's a great little story, that. He can't remember his name and he can't remember what he said to Biden, but
it was good.
That's the anecdote of the year. It really is. Let's go to a bad ad.
There's a magical place, we're on our way there, with toys in the millions all under one roof. It's called Toys R Us. Soon after bedtime, when dark nighttime falls, Jeffrey and helpers stock up all the shelves. From ceiling to floor, books, board games and bikes, teddies, puppets and dolls, beds, spaceships and trikes. There's millions, says Jeffrey, all under one roof. It's called Toys R Us, Toys R Us, Toys R Us.
That's an American ad. We have Toys R Us here as well. I was always a bit slightly perturbed by that name. Toys R Us.
Yeah, and the R was the wrong way around. It was very bad education.
I think I kind of understood that.
That's my childhood.
It's not our childhood, it's your childhood.
You're still trying to work out what it means. What is that thing in the middle? It's another way round.
That's gone now, Toys R Us.
Let's go to some real ads. What just happened? Reads out the viewers' questions. You may have noticed she's not here. She's suffering from supersonic. Samara's got super flu. A lot of S's there. Glamorous Pete Barnes is going to step into Samara's high-heeled shoes and... Can I get to the end of a bloody sentence? Shut up! And read out the viewers' questions. Go away.
So, first question is, Jeremy Clarkson has banned Keir Starmer from his pub. If you owned a pub, who would you ban and why?
London Mayor Sadiq Khan.
Oh, that's a strong one.
It'd be difficult, though, because if he walked in, you might not notice him, because he'd be below your eye line. He's only 2'5". Obviously, American viewers will know our London mayor because Donald Trump really hates him. Another reason I like Donald Trump. He's this mayor we got in London. He's ruined the town, ruined the city. Everybody's getting stabbed, everybody's getting murdered, women are getting raped in the streets, and all he goes on about is clean air. He refused to accept that we might have a rape gang problem here in the city when we definitely have one. He's just an ongoing catastrophe, apparently intent on ruining the greatest city on earth, London, and he's doing a damn fine job. So, Sadiq, get out of my pub. You are banned. Pete, who would you ban?
Oh, I think I'm going to have to go with Lenny Henry. One, he wants to basically bankrupt the nation, but to the tune of £18 trillion, giving it all away in reparations and all this claptrap.
To the people of colour, descendants of slavery in the Caribbean from 300 years ago. This guy, this comedian, if you're in America, I say comedian, he hasn't made anyone laugh in years, if ever.
And that's also why I'd ban him, because he'd be such a bore. He'd keep telling all the jokes and it just wouldn't be funny.
And he'd moan about all the white people in the pub, wouldn't he?
True.
As I was just saying, I was about to explain why he wants to hand 18 trillion pounds. It's to compensate descendants of slavery on plantations in the Caribbean from 300 years ago. He wants to give them 18 trillion pounds, bankrupt the country, people would starve, but at least he'd be able to polish his halo. Lenny, you're barred too, right?
Yeah, without a doubt. Absolutely.
I'll tell you, can you imagine being in a pub with Sadiq Khan and Lenny Henry? That would clear the bar, wouldn't it? Clear the room. Ash, who are you going to ban?
Well, mine's just for practical reasons, because he drinks far too much, and it's the guy I co-host Thursday, Friday night from 10 o'clock. after your show. Andre Walker, yeah, just for his own health reasons, he should stop drinking. I'm just doing this for his own good. If any publicans are listening, don't let Andre Walker in your pub.
Yeah, you've heard of speed drinking. Well, Andre Walker does speed of light drinking. It's a phenomenon, isn't it?
He's a big northern lad. It's tradition up there, but you know, you got.
I know a few people like that. There are these people. A lot of friends of mine. You know, I mean, I'm a drinker, but. I drink at a normal pace, but there are these people who seem to drink 2 drinks for everyone else's 1. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, I go drinking with Andre. I'm very aware of it. Well, actually, to be fair, we don't go drinking anymore because we always end up having an argument. We can't take it anymore.
It's like a drinking athlete.
Yeah.
Pete, another question.
Yes, so the BBC is refusing to play the classic Fairytale of New York because it contains an offensive lyric. What do you think?
I think it's pathetic. I mean, what we're talking about, and I better be careful here, you know, kids watching and all that kind of thing. It's the Pogues classic Christmas in New York, Miracle on, what's it called?
Fairytale
in New York. It's got, it rhymes with maggot. You maggot. Begins with an F.
Yeah.
So it's a derogatory term for a gay person.
Yeah, I find it funny you made me ask the question.
Yeah, exactly. Pete's one of them. Pete's one of them.
What, a maggot?
No, it's actually seriously.
Yeah.
Rhymes with maggot.
Yeah.
You know, are you offended
Not
by
at all.
that word?
I'm offended by the people
As a
who
gay
are.
man.
Yeah, I'm offended by the people who are offended on my behalf. I don't need your help.
But they've allowed queer now. Queer is now all right, but that's just as offensive, isn't it?
Yeah, this idea that we somehow reclaimed that word, that's just pathetic.
bunkum.
It's just stupid. You've not reclaimed anything. It's nonsense. But this is all done on behalf of people who think that without them, however will we survive? It's like, it's just
and
shut
the other
up.
stuff they play on that radio station, with the driller killer music, rap music, we're going to, I don't know.
Yeah, well, sure. But if you think about the story of Fairytale in New York, I mean, that's been around, 30, 40 years, 35 years?
Yeah.
So played it every Christmas, one of our Christmas classics, and all of a sudden, I think it was 2 years ago, not only the BBC, other broadcasters said, oh, we can't use that word. Well, you used it for the last 32 years. Why are you stopping now?
Yeah, it's just ridiculous. So this kind of censorship on behalf of feelings. Where it's like, well, who asked the gay community if they were actually offended by it? What you did is you asked Stonewall, let's be real, you asked the hyper-offended all the time. Yeah. So therefore you just want to ban everything.
And they've ruined it for gay people with their LGB, BLT. They've ruined it for gay people.
Yeah, but that's why you have to say the queer community now, because LGBT is offensive because it's sex-based and not gender-based.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, you can't say LGBT.
Right?
Yeah.
So you can't say LGBTQ
Apparently so, yeah. I don't know who made this rule.
It's like
but
Bane,
it's
you
now a
can't
rule.
say Bane.
Who does make these
I'd love
rules?
to know.
Who does make these
the
rules?
Illuminati.
That's a really good question.
The Anunnaki.
Next question, Pete.
A new poll has revealed that Santa Claus would vote for the Green Party. What do you think?
Well, the Green Party, in case you're watching around the world, you know what the Green, they're sort of into net zero and climate emergency.
And a bit Islamist as well.
All that claptrap. Anyway, it has been revealed or suggested that were Santa Claus to vote, he would vote for the Green Party. I mean, would he? I don't know. What were the reasons for this?
I genuinely don't know, but I'm just trying to think of, are the elves unionised? Have they had their kind
of...
It's
a net zero sleigh, I suppose, isn't it?
Yeah,
is it though? Is it?
Well, it's not petrol.
Protection of the animals?
It's deers, isn't it?
No, reindeer.
Deers.
Yeah, deers.
What's the type of deer?
You're really up on your Christmas myths, aren't you?
But I think it'd be a Tory
Rudolph the red-nosed deer.
He likes tradition, doesn't he?
Well, that's true, but then he likes to break into people's houses if you think about it.
That's right. Yeah, he's a
communist. Because he's equal to everyone, isn't he? So.
Although he does leave coal for bad children, so he might not be quite.
I reckon, without a shadow of a doubt, the man in the red suit, Santa Claus, would vote Republican. Let's go to a bad ad.
Christmas wonderland at Woolworth, forest full of lovely Christmas trees. Toys cut prices, is it any wonder? Christmas Woolworth is the place to be.
For older viewers will remember Woolworths, one in every high street. They sold literally everything. The British viewers may notice there was a whole host of minor celebrities in that advert singing for their supper. Now, do you remember Woolworths?
Yeah, I
so
do.
They
Yeah,
used to
just
have,
about.
so when I was a kid, I was a very dishonest kid. You'd be surprised to hear. So you remember they used to have pick and mix?
Yeah.
And they always had it quite near the doors. So you could go and get all your candy and your sweets, just put different types in a bag and then you'd pay for the lot. So when we were kids, we were about like 10 years old, we used to call it nick and mix because we just run into the shop, grab a handful of sweets and run out. I still do that to this day.
It was an American firm, wasn't it? And Cary Grant married the daughter of the very rich man who owned it, and he owed the IRS in America a load of money, so they gifted to the US that house in Regent's Park that the president stays in now.
Oh, right. I think we'll cut that bit out.
Educational.
Yeah, let's not bother with that bit. I know what you mean. Let's go to what just happened. This is the complaints department where we go through the messages, thousands we get every week. You're very grateful to receive them, and we read some of them out. So let's get cracking. I can't say ladies first, can I? Because there aren't any ladies. You go first, though, Ash.
Yeah, well, these aren't full of seasons cheer, but anyway, this is from Benedict Ratchford. Time to turn off from the traitor, arrogant and boring grump that is Kevin O'Sullivan. I hope the live view plummets now.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Benedict.
He'll be
Another satisfied customer. I love the way these people think you'll be devastated by their put. I can't go on after that.
They'll be watching anyway.
Yeah, hey, Benedict, I get about 1,000 every day, so forget it. You're lost in the mix. Pete.
That Peter Barnes is as snide as always. Will someone just mute his microphone for the love of God?
Is that your sister?
Well, you know, I do have an aunt, Susan, so it might be her.
That's on the money, that. Yeah. It's very astute. Ash.
Yeah, this is reference to me saying Donald Trump should be our Prime Minister. I got a lot of hate. This is from Taylor. TalkTV saw this drunk sleeping on the pavement outside London Bridge Station and asked him if he would like to come on the air because they've run out of presenters.
I think that's very... I'm calling you a drunk sleeping on the pavement outside London Bridge Station. I think that's just not true. It was Waterloo Station. Waterloo Station. Go on, Pete.
Yeah, so I've got another one here that said... sorry, it's... sorry, no, not that one. So Peter Barnes is annoying, shouty and strangely yellow. I've hit mute, but can we please talk about Andre Walker's hair now?
No, let's not. Actually, it does keep changing.
Yeah.
It's a movable feast, old Andre's Barnett, isn't it? Is Barnett fair? But actually, let's go back to what so Ash. Last week on last week's What Just Happened, he said that a lot of people in Britain would love it if Donald Trump came over here and became our Prime Minister. And I, for one, couldn't agree with him more. A lot of people like this idea. So you were saying you got a lot of hate, but you got a lot of love as well.
Not that I can find.
Well, you don't have to find it now. I'm just
maybe.
putting
Yeah,
it forward
it was
as
a good
concept.
idea, but you know, when you looked on the comments, they're all just
try to keep up, Ash.
Here's one from Thomas McDade. Has the long-haired hippie been smoking weed?
No.
No. Hayden Owen says Ash Gould is stupid. Very succinct and to the point.
Yeah. No, he hasn't been smoking weed, Alan. No. He drinks very heavily to a dangerous extent.
Yeah.
What can you do? It's Ash. It's Flash Ash.
What can I do?
Pete.
Yeah, so unfortunately, I've got one about you, Kevin, here. It says, Kevin, old, washed up, greasy dyed-haired grifter. And that's from a lovely person called Johnny.
Thanks, Johnny. Whatever. Yeah, whatever. Bothered. I ain't bothered. Go on,
Matthew Weeks Platt, posh, says, Kevin, why are you dressing like a snitch on Miami Vice? He's not really. It was pastel colours, mate. I don't know.
Just wear a jacket and a shirt, don't I?
Yeah, it was all pastel colours.
A snitch on. I quite like the idea of being a snitch.
You rolled your sleeves up in Miami Vice, didn't they, and tuck them around?
Yeah. Miami Vice.
And a T-shirt as well they wore.
It was in that David Soul and...
no, that was Dusky Nuts. It was, Don
Johnson.
Don Johnson and the other bloke.
And the other guy.
I've never felt younger in my entire life. And
well, we're not exactly encyclopedic on it, are we? Far away, Pete.
Yeah, and so unfortunately, this one's Peter Barnes, TalkTV, one word.
You know what that means in America, don't you? You know that, don't you? Ash, next.
Yeah, Peter Chard says similar to that one. Ash Gould is obviously a massive.
Well, this is getting all a bit kind of pornographic, isn't it? But I can't argue. I mean, who could argue with that, Pete?
Yeah, this one's Kevin O'Sullivan, a man obsessed with Meghan Markle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But somebody said to me the other day, are you really, that fascinated in Meghan? Personally, no. But, I've done so many stories about it that I'd have to admit, I have become kind of fascinated with the whole Harry and Meghan story. Because, I do so many stories about it, talking to Kinsey Schofield over in California. So cards on the table. Yeah, I am a bit fascinated by Meghan. Go on then, Ash.
You even dress up like her sometimes. This is from the cynical squid. He says, who's Asher Gould apart from being a...
Let's go to a final bad ad.
Quality, quality, quality street. Quality, quality, quality street. All the spark, all the flair, all the fun of the share. Made to flare, made to share. Shapes and sizes, glittering prizes, sharing them all about. Quality, quality, quality street. Quality, quality, quality street. The fun will come with the big, big drum. All the fun of the share.
I remember those ads. The problem with Quality Street is there's far fewer sweets, candy in them, and they've got smaller. But there you are. That's the story, folks. Shrinkflation. Christmas is shrinkflating.
Terrible, man.
Is that a word? Anyway, that's the end of this Christmas Spectacular.